Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever felt just completely stuck? You know that feeling like you're just spinning your wheels, putting in all the effort, giving it your all, but you're just not moving forward? Ugh, it is one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. Well, today, we are going to get to the bottom of why that happens. We're going to unpack a really powerful mental shift that can turn all that effort into real, actual results.
Right? This is the core problem. You're busy, you're working hard, but the needle just isn't moving. So what if the answer isn't about working harder, but about changing the very mindset behind the work itself? That's the big idea we're going to explore.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about something called the effort paradox. Then we're going to break down the psychology of trying, what's really going on in our heads. From there, we'll jump into the power of doing, lay out a super practical action blueprint, and then we'll wrap it all up by talking about how to shift your inner focus for some really lasting change.
Okay, so let's kick things off with this really interesting concept, the effort paradox. Have you ever felt that the harder you push, the more you seem to stay in exactly the same place? It's a really strange and maddening phenomenon, and it's right at the heart of what we're talking about today. It's the perfect metaphor, isn't it? A hamster wheel. You're sweating, you're putting in the work, but you're not actually going anywhere. But what if I told you this isn't a sign that you're lazy or incapable? Nope, it's actually a symptom of a very specific mindset that we're about to dissect.
So if the effort paradox is the what's happening, our next step is to understand the why. And that brings us right to the psychology of trying. This is where we really get to the root of the issue.
So here's the key. The word try itself, it basically creates a mental escape hatch. I mean, think about it. When you say, I'll try, you're subconsciously giving yourself permission to fail. Your focus isn't on the result, it's on just being seen to make an effort. You know, the last time you said, I'll try, did you really truly commit? Or did you leave just a little bit of wiggle room for failure? This slide just lays it out so clearly, doesn't it? It shows the two completely different paths our minds can take. On one side, you have the trying mindset. It's all about doubt, it's about excuses, and it's satisfied with just showing up. But on the other side, the doing mindset is laser-focused on action and results. The real question is, which one of these paths are you choosing in your day-to-day life? So if trying is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's a simple but really profound shift in perspective, moving from trying to doing. Let's explore what that actually means and how you can start to harness its power. See, the doing mindset is all about absolute clarity. There's just no room for doubt. You're not trying to lose weight, you are losing weight. You're not trying to finish the project, you are finishing it. Can you feel the difference? That small little shift in your language creates this massive psychological impact. It boosts your confidence and fully commits you to the outcome. And this right here, man, this just says it all. It's such a simple but powerful distinction. One mindset is building a safety net for failure, while the other one is building a launch pad for success. So where are you putting your mental energy?
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do we actually make the switch in our real lives? That is what this next section is all about. We're talking a practical, step-by-step blueprint for moving from a trying mindset to a doing mindset.
The entire journey from trying to doing really begins with a moment of radical honesty. As you can see here, this is a page right from our source material. And it says the very first step is to take a clear-eyed look at where you're standing right now. This isn't about wishful thinking, it's about really understanding your true capabilities. So here they are, the 3 essential steps to building that doing mindset. First, an honest look in the mirror. Second, gearing up with the right tools. And third, launching with unwavering belief. Let's break each one down. Step 1 is all about getting clear. You know, it's kind of like planning a road trip. You wouldn't just get in the car and start driving without looking at a map, would you? Of course not. You need to know your starting point. What are you genuinely good at? And, just as important, where are the gaps? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about creating an accurate map so you know the road ahead. And once you have that honest inventory, you're definitely going to find some gaps. And this is where the two mindsets really split. The trying mind sees a gap and uses it as a perfect excuse to quit. But the doing mind? It sees a gap and thinks, okay, what do I need to learn to fill this? It's just a problem to be solved, not a wall to give up at. And now we come to the final and maybe the most crucial step of all. Once you know your capabilities and you've got a plan to fill any gaps, you have to commit mentally. You have to start with the firm, unwavering belief that you will achieve the outcome. Now, this isn't blind optimism. It's a conscious, powerful decision to eliminate doubt before you even take that first step.
Now, what we've been talking about so far, it's really more than just a productivity hack. It's about a much deeper alignment within yourself. It's about, as our source material calls it, finding your center.
Think of it like a perfectly tuned instrument. When you've done that honest self-inventory and you're working on goals that genuinely line up with your strengths, something really powerful happens. You tap into the source of inner guidance and clarity. You know that feeling of being in the zone, where everything just clicks? That's what it means to find your center.
And this right here, this is the ultimate reward for making that shift from trying to doing. The struggle just kind of melts away. Your actions feel less forced, more intuitive. Progress feels natural, almost effortless. And this isn't some kind of magic. It's the natural result of working from a place of true alignment and real power.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. What is one thing in your life right now where you can make that simple but profound shift in your language and in your intention? What's a goal that you can stop trying to achieve and start doing today?